Fields. The field is a class-level variable that holds a value. Generally, field members should have a private access modifier and used with property. Field access modifiers, default private. Others public, protected and internal. Field initializations occur before the constructor is executed, and in the declaration order of the fields. Expression-bodied method. Expression-bodied definitions let you provide a member's implementation in a very concise, readable form. It can be used with method, property, constructor, etc. Static constructor. A static constructor is used to initialize any static field, or to perform a particular action that needs performed once only. It is called automatically before the first instance is created, i.e. before non-static constructor of that class is invoked, or any static members are referenced. i.e. if your class has two constructors, one for static fields and other for normal fields. Static constructor gets called first. Typical use of static constructors is when the class is using a log file, and the constructor is used to write entries to this file. As shown in below screenshot, you need to add base keyword and pass parameters, which the constructor of that base class is expecting. Yes, we can use non-static constructors to initialize static fields. Access modifier, name same as of class, parameters if any with data type. Constructors can be marked as public, private, protected, internal. Protected internal or private protected. Private constructors. Note that if you do not use an access modifier with the constructor, it will still be private by default. However, the private modifier is usually used explicitly to make it clear that the class cannot be instantiated. Shorthand Tor creates public constructors. No. We cannot create multiple static constructors in a class. There are 5 types of constructors. 1. Default constructor. A constructor without any parameters is called a default constructor. 2. Parameterized constructor. A constructor with at least one parameter is called a parameterized constructor. 3. Copy constructor. The constructor, which creates an object by copying variables from another object, is called a copy constructor. The purpose of a copy constructor is to initialize a new instance to the values of an existing instance. 4. Static constructor. When a constructor is created using a static keyword, it will be invoked only once for all of the instances of the class, and it is invoked during the creation of the first instance of the class, or the first reference to a static member in the class. 5. Private constructor. When a constructor is created with a private specifier, it is not possible for other classes to derive from this class, neither is it possible to create an instance of this class. Deconstructors. See number 7 introduces the deconstructor pattern. A deconstructor, also called a deconstructing method, acts as an approximate opposite to a constructor, whereas a constructor typically takes a set of values as parameters and assigns them to fields. A deconstructor does the reverse and assigns fields back to a set of variables. A deconstruction method must be called deconstruct and have one or more out parameters, such as in the following class rectangle. Public read-only float width, height. Public rectangle, float width. Width equals width. Public void deconstruct, out float width, out float height. Width equals width. Height equals height. Object initializer. To simplify object initialization, any accessible, access specifier, fields or properties of an object can be set via an object initializer directly after construction. For example, consider the following class, public class bunny. Public string name. Public bull likes carrots. Public bull likes humans. Public bunny. Public bunny, string n, name equals n. Using object initializers, you can instantiate bunny objects as follows. // note parameterless constructors can omit empty parentheses. Bunny v1 equals new bunny.